Hey, Steve, how would you assess Steph's return and the overall impact that he had on the team tonight?
Yeah, Steph was great. He looked, that was the main thing. He just looked like he was moving really well and looked strong, and came out and played a great game in his 24 minutes.
Just in terms of playing him 4 shifts, having him come off the bench in the second half, was that just about keeping him fresh and managing the ankle?
It was about letting him finish the game, and we had a minutes restriction on him at 24, and so we talked to him earlier about starting the game, but then not starting the third quarter so that he could play the last 6 minutes of each, the third and the fourth quarter. So it worked out well. I mean, it's tough with a minutes restriction to start and finish. So that was our solution.
After both teams combined for 50 points in that second quarter, a combined 75 points in the third, schematically, what did you feel changed in that third quarter for both teams?
Not a ton. I just thought shots started to go in, for them for sure. I thought we let our guard down a little bit defensively, but they had guys who got hot. They got to the foul line a little bit, and the game opened up.
And with all the young players that the Wizards have, what did you see from their energy, their effort, and focus tonight?
I loved what I saw from their team. I think Brian has done a great job of getting them organized, giving them confidence. They've got a good-looking group of young guys, athletic and long, and a lot of guys shooting threes. Obviously, Keyshawn George got hot and made a bunch of threes, and it makes sense, like what they're putting together, what they're trying to do, and they've got a lot of good-looking young prospects.
Do you know did Brandon come into the game not feeling that well, or did that surprise?
No, he didn't say anything, but he had to come out almost immediately in that third quarter. He just said, "Coach, I gotta come out." I had no idea why, so he walked off, and then Yodes told me afterwards that he was feeling sick, and that's why he didn't come back.
So you just called illness?
Yeah, just illness, but there wasn't anything bothering him pregame.
And then on the Steph front, I mean, I'm sure you haven't scripted out exactly what the minutes restriction might be, but like how cautious do you plan to be with him moving forward?
Probably depends on how he comes out tomorrow, but there were no problems at all tonight. He got through everything well, and assuming he feels good tomorrow, I don't anticipate a big minutes restriction or anything like that for Boston.
Coach, it's early obviously, but 6-1, 4-0 on the road. What's your assessment early of what you've been dealing with to get to this point, and how well does that bode for you guys going forward?
Obviously, we love the start. I mean, to go 6-1, that exceeds, I think, our expectations. But we also know that our schedule has been kind to us. We've played some teams who have been injured. We played some young teams. So it's about to get a lot harder. We play basically the 3 best teams in the league the rest of this week. So I like our progress, but we have a lot of work ahead.
Down the stretch, when you needed to get some stops, you went with Kyle and Draymond and a center, or Trace. How much do you like that group, that trio defensively? Yeah,
I really like them. I mean, Kyle's just he's a guy who gets you organized, gets you into offense, and he's so good defensively. So he's a good closer. I just thought his fourth quarter was brilliant, and they did a great job. Washington did of cutting into our lead, making it interesting down the stretch, and Kyle did a good job of kind of holding them off.
Coach, not related to the game, but being in Washington, any last message to the American people before tomorrow's election?
I gave a long message before the game, so you can look it up. But thank you. I appreciate the question.
What do you, as you head towards, you mentioned these like stiff tests coming up, like what do you think needs most to be like worked on, or what are you, I guess, concerned about heading into those games?
Well, we got to tighten up our offensive execution. we took care of the ball tonight, which was good, but it didn't feel like a clean game for us execution-wise. So we got to get better in that area. And last couple of games we haven't forced many turnovers. I don't think we've been as disruptive as we were the first 5 games. So hopefully a little bit of improvement at both ends. Thanks a lot.